Welcome to the DorkLair live stream. Today is Thursday, January 11th, 2024.
When I told you it was going to be right on time, I meant right on time.
Yeah. So Larry popped in while the intro was going.
They've been doing construction on the interstate around our gym, and they seemingly completed it a couple of weeks ago. And then we come out today and they've got the entrance to the interstate blocked off. And I was like, seriously, tonight of all nights?
Of all nights. Yeah.
Anyway, we made it. How you doing tonight?
Good. What's going on with you?
Excellent. Man, just I don't know, kind of feels weird going down from the triple threat to the gruesome twosome here.
Yeah.
But
and, if folks are wondering,
go ahead.
Yeah, if folks are wondering, Chris is still on the intro, of course. Doesn't mean he's going to be back. We're hoping he'll come back. Maybe cameos once in a while. Maybe come revisit every now and again. But we may need to update the intro at some point. I'm not in any rush to do it, but just for clarity's sake, at some point we'll probably see.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a good legacy character on there.
Yeah, totally.
Oh boy.
So, pickups, Larry?
Pickups this week. Yeah. My room lighting I've got this glare coming straight down. I'm sorry. I hope that's not too distracting. Pickups this week. I had a couple of things. So, Figuarts is always just a little bit behind on getting things in. And so this week, the SH Figuarts Spider-Man No Way Home Green Goblin dropped. And a few weeks ago, I was not going to get the Legends version, but I happened to see it in Target. And for some reason, they had it for $10 off. And I was like, okay. So I picked it up, and it was really, really nice. I opened it up. So actually having the opportunity to have these both side by side. And then obviously, I've picked up all of the Figuarts the various Spider-Man versions, and I went ahead and picked up the Legends of those. I got the Final Swing Peter, the Final Battle, and then I got Friendly Neighborhood and Amazing, because I love being able to have all the Spider-Mans from the different movie universes together. So I've been able to put them both together and really do a comparison. And as much as I love Figuarts, and I do, and they're probably going to remain my favorite for the Marvel style stuff and some of the DC, but Legends has really stepped their game up. I'm so impressed with the Spider-Man figures, and they do have one leg up on the Figuarts Green Goblin in that they actually have a Green Goblin mask, and that thing looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. And then the other really great pickup, that Mondo timed edition Skeletor came. And you remember me saying on the last show that He-Man was probably my figure of the year, definitely for that scale. It's going to take a lot to knock that Skeletor off, because that thing's unbelievable.
Does it live up to does it kind of match nicely with the He-Man? Yeah.
I wish I'd gotten 3, because I've got it displayed in regular, and then I've got it displayed with the Dragon Blaster. I would love to be able to display a battle armor. I mean, they're all there. It's amazing. The just everything, the sculpt. Now, it's like I told you, it's the same buck.
Yeah.
But it feels like they're using different plastic, and the articulation is so much smoother. It's
right.
I think the way I described it, it was like going from a Marvel Legends to a Mafex.
Did you get the Revelation Skeletor?
I do. I have that one.
Does it feel like that? Like, that was very smooth. That one.
It might even feel a little bit better, Bill. It's at least that good. It's at least that good. And the accessories are just beautiful. It comes with 1, 2, 3. It comes with 4 head sculpts. It comes kind of a yellowed traditional skull. It comes with a more brownish rotting looking, like maybe there's still some flesh hanging on its skull. It comes with an Alcala skull, and it comes with a vintage toy skull. So you're definitely getting your money's worth in this thing. It comes with the Terror Claws. Just a really, really awesome set.
Nice. We got Curtis in the house, who is also a fan of the Mondo Masters of the Universe stuff. Thanks for giving me something to watch while organizing my customizing space. Been looking forward to the show. Thank you very much, Curtis.
Bumblebee.
We're gonna get Curtis back on. We're gonna get Curtis back on the show at some point soon. And I actually just interviewed Curtis and Jesse, his co-host of Shooting the Shelf, for the Toy Tubers podcast, which I've gotten 4 recorded of
Nice.
6 planned so far. I may stick with 6 this time around. I did 10 last year, and I feel like that might have been a bit much. Like, people were kind of trailing off at the end, and I feel like maybe the conversations started to repeat themselves a little bit. So I may stick with 6 this year. And I got 2 more next week, and then from there I'm waiting for some art for like a thumbnail, and then hopefully by February I'll start having those, and I'm just gonna do weekly, so maybe like Tuesdays every week for 6 weeks. They'll be going. Yeah. So thank you again, Curtis. And Kevin is in the house, and as Curtis likes to say, Kevin Maboots. Hello, DorkLair. $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Let's see who else is in here. We've got Rob Zamora. I've been chatting with Rob Zamora all day, actually, about the Frazetta Girls Dark Wolf figure, which a lot of people are starting to get in hand, and hopefully I'll have mine soon, and I'll be able to get a review up soon. And we got Hedgehog and Braku, and let's see who else we got in the chat here. We got Cloud, Eric, Vani, Stanley's Toy Channel. Stanley's Toy Channel. Is that a YouTube channel? Go check it out, everybody.
Very cool.
Target has been killing it with clearances. I need to make some store runs. I haven't made any store runs yet this year. I've been very busy, but I need to start stopping in for sure.
Well, it's like I said, I had not planned on getting really any of that Marvel Legends stuff. I just happened to go by that Target. It was probably 2 weeks before Christmas. And I know that I was watching several YouTubers channels, and the week before Christmas, Target was like cleaned out. So I guess it was part of that. I don't know why they were in such a rush, because it was literally, I was watching the guy take them out of the box on the truck from the back, like put them on the shelf, and there was already a sticker up there for having them discounted. So it was like out of the box discounted. I think I got like $5 off of each figure and then 10 off of the Green Goblin. Nice. So I don't know what that was about.
And Blake is in the house with some truth. Yes, it is almost Friday. This was my first full week back. You know, last week Monday was the holiday, so this was my first full week back, as I'm sure a lot of people. And then let's see here, and then next week is a holiday week too, right? Yeah. Let's see here. Who else we got? Mecha Recca. Bring back Larry's squeaky chair as the new third host.
We could either do that, or I could bring back scraping the cream of rice out of the bowl. Which annoying sound would you prefer?
That's our retro throwback mode.
Oh, if you know, you know, and I'm sorry you know.
Let's see here. DJ 5000. Let's see who else we got here. Time to Henshin. Thanks for joining. Doesn't usually catch these live. All right, we're down to MLK. That's right. And Blake, we got to get Blake back on the show too. Larry, I don't think you were on when Blake was on. I think
that was one of the ones. That was one of the ones where I got pinned. I got pinned down in the Fayetteville part of my territory and couldn't make it back.
Yeah. Yeah, Cloud as well, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, with just 2, this kind of opens up some guest opportunities for guests going forward for sure. Okay, let's see here. Let me run down what we're going to do today. So we're going to go through some Legions, 4 Horsemen type news. And there's actually quite a few things, nothing like major, but like a lot of little things. Shipping notices, upcoming in stock, things like that. And then we'll do a giveaway. I am giving away this. It is a Sligor right here. I've got it all set up. This figure is incredible. This was in my top 10. It's in a lot of people's top 10. We did the Legions Lounge episode, and a lot of people had picked that in the voting, and it just keeps appearing in like best of 23 lists. So I have this, and I do have the little fix it accessory pack that takes care of the wrong parts that the figure shipped with. So that's in there. Then if we hit if we hit 150 on the live stream tonight, I'm going to give away something else. And maybe I'll reveal that. And should I reveal it now? You know what? I'll reveal it now.
I think you should get people to reach out and get people to log on.
So yeah. Or the less likely thing is I'm approaching 8,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. If we somehow hit 8,000, which is still a lot, it's like 40 people. It's not going to happen tonight. But if either one of those happens, 150 live stream is more likely. I've got another Valiant Knight to give away.
Cool.
So, I mean, pretty soon this will be readily available because it's going to be involved in the in-stock sale. But right now, still, there's a lot of people who don't have it yet. So it's a good one. All right. So let's see here. So we'll do the giveaway, and then we'll burn through a bunch of toy news. There's actually a lot of good stuff going on right now in the toy news arena. And then I put it into the Cabal, and I asked people to share what aspect of the Poxxus Wave they're most looking forward to. Not necessarily like which figure, it could be that, but like which aspect. Like, are you looking forward to the fact that we're starting to get these classic wizards? Are you looking forward to the fact that we're getting real like brute scale in the Mythic line now? Like, and we'll go through all that in a bit. Okay. So let me bring this up. Okay, Mythic Legions updates and potentially cosmic conversations as well. So everybody knows Rising Suns ends Sunday. I'm placing my order tomorrow. I get paid tomorrow. Place my order tomorrow. I usually wait till like right at the end, and I am doing one all-in direct, and then I'm going to get my extras from a retailer. That's my plan, so that I can kind of spread my money out a little bit. But yeah, there's that. Hopefully everybody got their order in or is ready to do it, because some people want to wait on Monday. The retailer pre-orders are going to open up, and then you'll be able to order them from retailers and support your local shops and whatnot. And then this kind of popped up yesterday or the day before on Big Bad Toy Store. They got a resupply of the Tactics builders. At least I think the 2-pack, the Gorgo Attila 2-pack, is still in stock there. But now they have these back as well. So these are they're not in stock right now, but they're shipping like next month or something. So not a long wait on these, even though they are technically a pre-order, I guess. And then this is probably, I guess this is not, this isn't exactly news, but it was kind of reconfirmed again that there will be an in-stock sale February. It will include a supply of the All-Stars. No, what were they from? Outpost Zaxius, the two PowerCon figures that are like the tributes at the top there, right? Manny Faces.
Yeah, Manny Faces
Whiplash.
and Whiplash. Yeah.
Like those two are supposedly going to be in that sale. Then you get the Reinforcements 2, this will be the real official release of the Reinforcements 2, because that previous one was just all-ins. And then the Legions Con exclusives. So you got the Waltor 2-pack and Vorgus 2. And the Valiant Knight. So all of these are going to be in that sale. And the one thing that's new about the sale is that it's confirmed that it's not going to be spread out. Like, it's not going to be 1 week PowerCon figures, the next week reinforcements. It's not going to be like last year's thing where it was kind of like that. This is going to be, it's all like one sale, 1 weekend. We don't know the date yet, but that's been confirmed for February. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure we're going to get past this final weekend of the pre-orders for the Rising Suns, and then they'll probably either announce this or, there could be something else. Who the heck knows? And they also confirmed that and this was confirmed on the Legions ladies. They got a scoop. The Legions ladies got a scoop. They
I
had
think
Jeremy
so.
Gerard on, and he confirmed that the 2023 Figura Obscura figures are going to get a 2024 retailer exclusive, variant wave coming up, which is great news. I pretty much knew that was going to happen. There was no doubt in my mind that was going to happen, but
Is
it's
the
nice to see
variant
it confirmed.
is the variant going to be grayscale, or are they just going them? Are they just showing them in grayscale because we don't know
I
what
just
they're
put
going
them
to
in
be?
grayscale
Okay,
because we don't know what they're going to be. We could kind
because
of
that's the
wait
surest way to get me to buy all of them. Like
to put them in
anytime
grayscale.
oh my gosh, I love it so much. I remember back in the day when we would see, it was either 3D scans or grayscale of different waves, and I love that kind of thing because you
Yeah.
can see so much more of the sculpt. I mean, I appreciate the paint jobs that all these companies do, but I would love to have any of those in grayscale. I would buy those in a heartbeat.
Well, maybe they'll do the test shots on these too.
That
I'm
would
sure
be
they will at some
awesome.
point.
I love that. That's just such a cool look. You can see all of I just feel like the details are so much more stark.
Yeah.
Whenever
There's
you see
nothing else to
something like that.
distract you from it. It's all
Yeah.
focused on the sculpt. I
Yeah,
had
I
a
love
great
it.
time like looking at the cosmic figures last year when I looked at all of those test shots. It was really
Yeah.
fun to do. So yeah, I mean speculation. It's tough to speculate on these. There's a lot of options they could do with Marley in terms of doing a ghost. I mean, they could do him totally transparent plastic, right? Like head to toe.
They can do translucent. Yep.
Yeah. Monkey King, like, another thing they could do with Marley is make him more corporal, like make him,
I was going to say they could just paint him like he was alive,
right. Yeah.
and that would be cool enough and different enough to make folks want to get him.
Monkey King, they could bring in, I think they could bring in, maybe some more silvers and stuff with that, or potentially like more reds. I mean, I know there's red there, but like his sleeves and his pants are like beige. Like I like swapping on the red sleeves and pants, so that could be a potential option there.
The other thing they can do, and we know that the Horsemen love doing these Masters of the Universe tributes, they could paint him like Gygor, and the green and yellow ape with the appropriately colored armor. That would sell. Like every Masters person that's bought the other ones would pick that up in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And then Red Death, like when I think of the story, I imagine Red Death is wearing white. Like it's described as the vestments of the grave. Like it's described as like burial shroud, which I think would be like white. And then imagine if they just like splatter, like it was like a splatter house of blood just splattered onto the white. I think that would be pretty crazy. And they could totally change up his flesh and make that a different color too. Instead of black, maybe make it more of a flesh, or maybe even make it all red, like make the whole body red. Something along those lines.
So this is off topic, but not off topic. Did you see, and anyone in the chat can chime in on this, did anyone see the Netflix limited series Fall of the House of Usher? Did you get to see that, Bill?
I got about 3 or 4 episodes in, and I need to come back to it. It's pretty good.
Oh my Lord, incredible. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, there's Roderick Usher on the right. There's the ape from the Rue Morgue in the middle.
Oh, right,
and there's the chick from the party scene on the left. I mean, there's so many different things they can do with these characters.
Yeah.
Guys, if y'all liked what was it, The Haunting of Hill House?
Yeah.
Or Bly Manor, if you like those, it's the same guy that made those. Go watch it. Or if you never saw those and you like Edgar Allan Poe and you've read his work and appreciate it, amazing series. I loved it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the third. I've seen The Haunting of Hill House, which I personally, I mean, I'm not done with the Fall of the House of Usher yet. I got to come back to it, but up to where I am, I liked The Haunting of Hill House better. What's the third one that you mentioned?
The Haunting of Blythe Manor.
Okay.
Bly Manor. That one is a little more of a slog. It starts out slower, but it's pretty good too. I think you'll have, and it's really going to depend on how much of a Poe aficionado you are. I mean, I had read just about his entire works by the time I was 12 years old. I was fascinated by the gold bug. So that gives you a clue of what a nerd I was. So that's really ingrained in my psyche. So that's why I appreciated it so much.
Yeah, and I do too. I just felt like there were some things that didn't quite match up for me in terms of like themes and stuff. But on its own, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a big shout out. So I tried to load up all of the super chats from last time, and for some reason I could only get this many. So I couldn't load up the full screen. This is just like the preview screen. So I think there are a few more from last time with the super chats. But again, big shout out and thank you to the super chats. That's what makes these giveaways possible. And I also want to appreciate the members. So I've got the members right here. I'll let them scroll across the screen for a little bit. So we are going to do this giveaway. So let me get the giveaway tool going. Okay. I got that going. And let me put this up here. So we're giving away a Slog figure. And don't forget the rules in the description below. The hashtag is Grave Knight. All you got to do is put hashtag Grave Knight into the comments. And are we here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Warp Frenzy with it. Yep, cool. So this is the giveaway. It is for a Cosmic Legions Slog / Gravekeeper from the wave Grave Knight. And we'll let this go for a bit. And then once we get through the members, I'll put the other banner up with the thing and we can move on. Looks like, did I see Nate? I think I saw Nate in there.
Maybe.
Mezco. Let's see, who else haven't I mentioned? Legends Collector is here. Lee Birdwell, Paul Morales, Hank, Cyber Rat, Joseph, Joe Rizzo, Christopher Wirtz, Scott Baker, David Smith, Clown Baby in the House, Iron 9, Silver Fox. We got Cloud Foxwell and Silver Fox. Jurassic Jesse, Joe Gonsalves, Caitlin Hagar, Curtis Ackerman again. Nice. Ben S. Skelasauria. Okay. Let me pull this banner up now. Grave Knight banner. And I will pull down... Oh, no. Yeah, I could leave those both up. That's fine. And we'll let this run for just a couple minutes as we dive into some more of the news. Yeah, I might need to pull that down. I might need to pull... Let me hide this. And move through this. Okay. So this is in stock now. So the Dark Wolf figure from Frazetta Girls, I think the brand that they created is called Icon Collectibles or something like that. Like that's the line of figures. Now the 95 is a markup. The original price was 70. So if you go on the Frazetta Girls site, if you had bought it there, it was $70. Big Bad's got a higher price. I know the Frazetta Girls site is sold out right now. You could get on the wait list if you're not down with the 95. But yeah, it's in stock and it's shipping. It's shipping out now. I know Frazetta Girls is still working from their supply and they're still shipping it out and people are starting to get it in hand. I will hopefully have mine. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping this weekend and I'm hoping to get my review up right away. So we'll see. Looks like David Williams has it. Dark Wolf is an excellent figure. You know what, Everett Miller? I have seen those. Those are from, oh my gosh, what's the name of them? Somebody put the name of the company in there. I'm trying to think of the name. Morphonauts. Those are from Morphonauts, right? Which I've actually had some interaction with in the past. I had some of their original figures with the magnets and stuff. But I don't have them in the news today. So people can go take take a look and check it out. Scalasoria received Dark Wolf today. It's pretty sweet. Catlin, can't wait for my Dark Wolf to come. From what I've seen, people, it looks great. Oh, BBTS only has 2 left. Those will be gone in a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If it's only 2, and we're
did
live for
have
people.
It did have 2 left.
Yeah. I was reading their Death Dealer comic series. Good stuff. Yeah, I was reading that too. I think that ended, right? I'm trying to remember where I left off on that. That was... Oh, I forget the comic. I forget the company that did that one. Their Conan looks good. Excited for it. Who's Conan? Did they tease a Conan?
I'm sure.
I know that they will do. They did tease. Geez, what's the girl's name from
Red
Fire
Sonja?
Ice?
Oh,
no,
Fire and
from
Ice.
Fire and Ice. I can't think of her name right now, but they teased her, and they've mentioned that they would like to do Death Dealer. I don't think there's anything keeping them from Death Dealer, because that's just straight up Frazetta's, creation.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Conan, obviously, that's something they have to work on licensing with, I believe, with the the REH, whoever owns that brand or whatever at this point. Let's see. Should have gotten mine today, but you didn't. Hopefully tomorrow, Benny. Yeah, I placed 2 orders. My first order, I got tracking in December, and it didn't ship until yesterday.
Wow.
And then my second order, it was like ended. It was like December 30th or something. And then my second order, I got tracking, I don't know, a few days ago, and that still hasn't shipped yet. I ended up ordering 4 because I ordered 2. I ordered 2 originally. I was just going to get the 2 for $70, and then there was a coupon, and I was like, coupons. Why the hell not? Let me get a couple cheaper ones. So I got 2 for $70 and 2 for like $60. But one of them will definitely be a future giveaway at some point. Okay, let's move on. So tomorrow is 112. It came on pretty quick. I feel like they haven't really, like, they did the one post, and then, today, actually I didn't put it on here because it was like an hour ago, but today they teased, let me see if I can pull it up on Instagram. They teased what figures they're going to release. So let me find Mezco here. It's going to be a variation. It's like their quote unquote Star Wars, the Void Wars. And it's a variation on their like Mork. You know how they had that Mork one that came with the mech?
Yep.
This is going to be a variation on that figure, plus a Krieg variant that's supposed to be like Vader, I guess. Let me find Mezco here. Mezco. And then it's in their stories, I believe. Yeah, let me share this one. Let me pull it off. Share this. Does it have sound? Yeah. All right, let me let it restart here. Okay. Oops, why did that drop down? Oh, I know why. I pulled off it. Let's try it one more time here. Let me just leave it. I don't know why it won't play. Sorry about that. But there's another figure too. Maybe this one will work.
very silly.
It looks cool though. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and so then you have like this other character. I almost get let me close that out here.
He almost looks like with the type, and I know that's a reach, but it just makes me think it looks like one of those Common Rider characters.
Right.
You know, half somewhere between that and, you know, Darth Vader.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you have like, it's almost like a Return of the Jedi Luke with a red saber, and then you have
a Common Rider mask.
With a Common Rider mask. Yeah, I mean it's a Gomez, it's an insect, right? Common Rider's all insect.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy's kind of like Vader, but he's got a green, you know, he's got the green saber. I'm gonna switch this to a scrolling banner. Hang on a second. Scroll. There we go. That's better. And I need to reshare this one. That's ready to go. Okay. So yeah, we got a giveaway going. I noticed a few more people join, so we're up to 115. If we do get to 150, we're going to give away a second figure. We're going to give away a Valiant Knight. And Rob Zamora says, I don't collect Hasbro toys, but seeing all those Power Princess is making me want one pretty bad. Someone help a brother out. The Power Princess? I'm not sure what that is.
I'm not sure either. Power Princess.
Yeah, the Void Wars. I'm
assuming... Power Princess it's a Marvel Legends, but it looks a lot like Wonder Woman. I'm not familiar with this character, but I just pulled it up and now I recall it. Fictional character appearing in Marvel Comics, multiple versions, multiple realities. Yeah, she basically looks like an equivalent for Wonder Woman is what she looks like. Really cool looking figure. But I've heard in that wave this is a very difficult one to get.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Opus Comics did the Death Dealer comic. Yes, that's right. Opus Comics.
Squadron Supreme. Thank you, guys. Yes, Squadron Supreme.
Curtis Ackerman says, next play Saturday Night Live. So the Saturday Day Live Hedgehog action show, which is funny because their show is called Saturday Day Live, but they were just on a random tangent and they were talking about the old Dan Aykroyd skit with the toys where he's like this salesman, this like sleazy salesman, and he's like advertising like the toys that he sells, and one's like Johnny Switchblade, and another one is just a bag of glass, and he's like, yeah, it's a bag of glass. Yeah. And anyway, that conversation came up, and he played it, and their whole stream just got shut down for copyright.
Oh.
But I think if he just goes back in and snips it out, it'll be back up as a replay video. Anyway, let's see here. Squadron Supreme. Yep. Okay. Dr. Prism. Is that part of Squadron Supreme?
I think so.
Prism.
Squadron Supreme was one of those that I didn't really ever get into. I've been ordering just some random. I almost got that one because it was that Power Princess because it's such a cool looking figure. They've had some random stuff come out. Marvel Legends has because they've done so many versions of all the primary characters. You know, they're doing a lot of really obscure stuff. Like they've got a Crystar figure. I don't know if you saw that, but I got that. That's getting ready to ship.
Yeah. That's like one that I could see myself getting just because it's got so much style. It's just such a cool classic thing.
I would love to see it sell well enough that they do a couple of others from that line.
Yeah. Steve. The Bassomatic, oh my God. And he took a sip of it. I don't know if you guys remember that skit.
Vaguely.
Oh my God. He put a bass in a blender and blended it on Saturday Night Live and then took a sip.
God.
The Adobe, oh my God, yes, the Adobe. My car reminded me of the Adobe. The Adobe is the car, right? Like that one, that skit. Yes, I mean I could talk about SNL all day. I used to have a VHS that was, or was it a DVD? I think it was a DVD. That was all. It was just all the commercials, and I would just rewatch it over and over again back in the day. Okay, so next up in the news, we have Super 7 Dungeons and Dragons, which, you know, Dungeons and Dragons does cartoon really well. Like they do a good job of capturing the look of these things. Now, obviously, this line with Ultimates is so hit or miss, and it's very expensive. And when it's a miss,
Yeah.
it feels rough. But yeah, so they're doing the D&D stuff. You know, obviously Hasbro's doing the same exact cartoon D&D stuff too.
Did you see that Hasbro has the Super 7 D&D listed on Pulse?
Oh, do they? They've done that
Yes.
before. They've like
That
listed 3-0 Transformers and stuff,
Well,
right?
yeah, that didn't surprise me because they didn't make anything that, they don't, Hasbro doesn't
Comparable.
produce any, they don't produce any non-transforming, highly articulated Transformers action figures. But these are just, hey guys, remember that half-ass line that half-butt line that we released, and there were no pictures on picture windows, and you sometimes got the right figure, because I don't know if you saw on YouTube, there were a lot of folks that ordered, for instance, the Archer,
Yeah.
and then there was the girl with the bow staff. I mean, it happened a lot.
Yeah.
And hey, you remember that line? Well, here's what's probably going to be a better version. I mean, if, like you said, it's hit and miss, if they give us the quality on these that we got with Thundercats, with when they were doing some Masters of the Universe stuff, it'll be awesome. If we get the quality of the Transformers that I've seen, not so much.
Right.
So,
or the worst. The worst. I was so hyped up for the worst, and they were just not good.
it's not quite as satisfying when it actually lives up to its name, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So you got Hank, Dekion. I don't remember this guy's name, how to pronounce it. Dekion, which is the skeleton warrior, right? This one looks awesome.
Hang on a second.
So
I've got
good.
it pulled up on a different one. Yeah, I loved that cartoon when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I really did.
Oddly, I didn't watch it a lot. Like I just wasn't into it when I was a kid for some reason. I eventually became a player. I loved playing D&D, but that was until like college years. But yeah, this show kind of passed me by a little bit.
I don't know if you've seen it. For those in the chat that have seen the show and enjoyed it as much as I did, there are two really interesting things you can find on YouTube. You may have seen them, maybe not. There's a live action. It's like a car commercial from some Scandinavian country.
Yeah.
That is, I was like, dude, if they would make that movie, I would see that in the theater. And then there was another thing that they have on YouTube. Someone went in and did like an ending to Venger's story, and you found out who he was and where he came from and redemption. And it was really cool. It was really cool.
And shout out to Hedgehog Action with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. So pumped for these and the translucent Mumra. Yeah, I didn't put the new Thundercats wave on here, but it's Mumra.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Someone's talking
Childhood
about
Lino. Yeah, Snarfer.
Yeah.
Childhood Lino. And what was the fourth one?
I forget the fourth one.
It was, oh gosh. It was one of those random humanoid type characters that's on there. I don't remember.
Wow, the chat's hopping right now. They're aiming for that Valiant Knight. We're at 134, and the comments are flowing. Let's see who's got it. Quick Pick is the name. Quick Pick.
Yes,
that's all I can think of is like playing the lottery. Quick Pick and his sidekick Scratch Ticket. All right. So there's Sheila, and a lot of people are loving the look of the demons. I think they look cool too.
Yeah, that's really cool look.
Go on there. Yeah, and the articulation too. Like you can pose them up in different ways, swap out hands, and those will be pretty cool looking for sure. And a lot of people use that, like there's like this for photographers. There's like somebody makes this like thick, cartoony looking wispy smoke. I think those will match up with these really well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Biblical adventures adjacent with the demons. Okay, I think now is a good time to spin the wheel before we forget. So let's come back here. We got 82. Nice. 82 entries. So
Cool.
again, I'm going to spin this, and it's not a wheel. I'm going to press the button, and then the winner, just make sure you email me at podcast@dorklair.com, or if we're already familiar with each other, if you want to message me on Facebook or Instagram, that's also fine. Just check the description below for the rules, because this does ship only to the US. You'd have to find a partner maybe to like forward it to you or something if you're outside the US and you do win. And yeah, if you get me your address today, I will probably pack it up, ship it out, like get it printed up tonight and then ship it out tomorrow. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Let's see who's going to win. Tanya McCoy, Legions Ladies host. Nice. Congratulations, Tanya. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, so just message me and I will I'll get that out to you tomorrow morning, Tanya. Congratulations. So for those who may not be aware, Tanya is co-host of the Legions Ladies show, the YouTube show. Now, Legions Ladies has been around for a while as a Facebook group, but now Tanya started this bi-weekly show. They go live the weeks that we're not live. So last week they were live on Thursday night. Next week they'll be live on Thursday night and alternating between the two of us. So if you're looking for something to watch Legions wise Thursday nights when we're not on, then check out the Legions Ladies. But congratulations again, Tanya. And bring this back up. Okay, let's burn through some more news here. Oh, I forgot to mention. So there's some glow-in-the-dark parts that are like if you order the all-in, if you order the full wave direct from Super7, you get some extra pieces. So glow-in-the-dark bow, sword, and there's like little ring. So that ring there, which maybe that's glow-in-the-dark that comes with them, looks like maybe. That one in that's made out of metal if you do the all-in thing. And Blake says, just received my DLX RC. She is awesome. I also appreciate you and Larry for the awesome show.
Cool.
Thank you, man. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Blake.
I really hope this Super7 line does well enough to get Avenger, because while I would not be all in on the line as much as I liked it, like I said, last episode, I'm trying to really scale back on what I'm purchasing. But I would love to get Venger from this line and that scale. That'd go right on my Masters of the Universe Classic shelf and be just fine.
Yep, totally. Let's see here. More Super7 news, and I apologize for not having the Thundercats on there, but that is also news. But they are dropping the Disney brands. So they're dropping the main Disney stuff, right? So they had the Robin Hood and whatnot. And they're also dropping the Simpsons. So I think they did a couple wave of Simpsons. Like maybe there's a wave that already released and maybe one more in the pipeline or something. And then they're all done with those. They announced that on the Foosh interview. So Veebs interviewed Brian Flynn. The interview was great. They went over a lot of stuff, and they had some really interesting. Brian had some really interesting things to say about the market and the ups and downs of things, and how buying in 23 into 24, people were just not buying as much, and like buying in 2021, people were buying like crazy. So everything from 2021 is like over ordered and oversupplied, and it's all going on clearance because there was just so much ordered.
Yeah.
And now we're swinging back, and the stuff that people are buying now, it's just not being ordered in the same kind of amounts. So
there was another YouTuber I was listening to. He was talking about the same thing. And while I would never wish for or encourage a speculation market, we're going to see that again, because we're in that downward slope. So While I would never say invest in toys, if there is something you're thinking, hey, this is going to be pretty hot, I might want to hang on to an extra one or two of these. Maybe not the stuff that's up for pre-order right now, but maybe the stuff that goes for pre-order late winter, early spring. I think that stuff's going to end up being really underproduced.
Let's see what David has to say. Not to be a negative Nancy, but that Robin Hood might have been my most anticipated figure of all time, only to be one of the worst figures I've ever had. That's how I felt. I felt almost the exact same way about that first wave of the worst figures that I was talking about a minute ago. Yeah, it's a bummer that they didn't turn out great. And this is one of those things. It's like they're doing great with the turtles, they're doing great with the Thundercats, and then all these other things they're just not that great.
It's so weird too because it's the same manufacturer. You assume it's the same factory, and the product shots look great, the production shots look great, and like I said, I've got the one Transformer from the Ultimates line, that Optimus Prime, and that was the only thing that's been a bigger. It might be an equal disappointment because it cost more, was that Hasbro RED line. I mean, it's just, I don't understand it. It's so weird because, like I said, everything I've gotten for that Thundercats line has just been top shelf. I love them. So I don't know.
And I mainly collect the Conan stuff, and I've been very happy with all the Conan figures. I think collectors are fatigued with buying expensive figures that don't meet expectations. Fool me once mentality. Yeah, and I mean, people are tapped out. Blake was saying, income is becoming less. It's like, yeah, it's probably is a speculator's market, but no one's going to speculate because nobody has any money to buy figures right now, and everybody's cutting back and stuff. And then that's the reason why, like, that's going to be the cause of these things being rarer and harder to find down the road.
Well, I mean, and even when you do have the money, like we were talking about, just taking a step back because we have so much stuff, and hey, I've got an extra couple $100 this month. Would I rather spend that on something that may or may not disappoint me, or would I rather put that towards the principal on my home loan,
right,
and set myself up for a gentler future and a nicer refinance in 18 to 24 months.
Or even savings accounts right now, like pushing 5%. Like that, like I mean, last year I was just dumping money into my savings because it was just, why not, right? Like,
right. I mean, at that kind of a return, you'd be silly not to.
And then and then you have Mythic Legions pre-orders at $37 is absolutely insane, right? And there's 6 figures in this current wave that's ending this Sunday that are at that $37 price point, which is phenomenal.
Yep, and Marvel Legends is going to be, it's inching up toward that $30 mark, and that is not the same level of quality. It's just not.
Yeah, Silverhawks was another one that a lot of people were let down on.
Yeah, that was one that I decided to wait and see because I was hearing some of the bad feedback on the others. I really liked Silverhawks growing up, and I thought that might make a cool little adjunct to the Thundercats stuff. But the reviews on that stuff was so bad, I just decided against it.
Yep. And Scott was 4 or 5 different lines now, just mainly turtles. Dave Orkin cutting way back and buying figures. Me too. I haven't purchased. I mean, I purchased the Gilius Thunderheads that were dirt cheap. That was in December. They shipped now. But other than that, like, the only thing I've purchased so far is tomorrow I'm going to order my all-in wave for 4 Horsemen. And then from there, like, there's, what I've been doing? I've been trading. I've been trading stuff. Like, I had a Hot Toys figure that's just been sitting here forever that I've been trying to get rid of. And it's not selling really for that much. Like, I'm not going to make my money back on it. So I was like, I'll throw this up for trade for a Mythic Legions figure that's kind of like harder to find now. So I decided to kind of work on my Goblin collection and get Snag. So I traded a Hot Toy for a Snag because they're both roughly the same aftermarket price right now because one's way down and one's way up. So I was like, screw it, I'll get a Snag. And that saves me space. And then I get a Goblin that I've been wanting, which I stupidly never bought when it was cheap. But let's see here. And that's a good way to go backwards. Like I say, never look back. As far as buying figures, I'm not looking back. But like, trading something that's sitting around, hell yeah. I was
Well,
just
and
telling.
something else, something that I've been doing that I've never done before is actively buying loose figures. Like
Yeah,
if I can find, like I growing up, like when we had Big Nerdy on here, obviously my wrestling nerd jumps out, and the Mattel has been doing an awesome WWE line. They got some really cool Hulk Hogan figures, and I just wasn't buying them. And I decided, okay, I want to get one Hulk Hogan from each era, 84, WrestleMania, each one. And so
mm-hmm.
I found a couple, like there was a really nice figure from a 3-pack. I didn't want the 3-pack, but I was able to go on, find the loose figure. It came, it was in pristine condition, and I paid way less than if I had tried to buy this thing, mint in a 3-pack and then sell the other 2 figures off. So I'm doing things that I never have done before collecting wise, just to fill in little gaps, and I'm spending a ton less money.
Yeah, this is the thing, Jacob. Like trading can be rewarding, but it's not easy. I am very fortunate to be in the cabal where people know me. I've kind of built up a reputation for myself where these things are very easy transactions. Obviously, I'm opening myself up to potential scams, like because I'm not necessarily like show me, like if it's somebody that looks a little sketchy, I'll be like, you got references, or I just walk away or whatever. But for the most part, I'm fairly trusting on that stuff, and I know that, like, if they screwed me over, then I could just essentially have them banned for life from the cabal.
There you go.
Like, yeah, totally. I mean, I do sell quite a bit, but like, it's kind of fun trading. It's fun to, like, I don't know, figure out what I can get for what I have, and how like 2 people can be like, let's move these things around, and like we're both happy now. Okay, let's see. So here we have the latest smaller scale, the MDLX 30 figures, and we have Skywarp, right? Skywarp.
Yep.
And I think Starscream was 120, so I'm assuming this will also be 120. I don't know if they've announced the price yet, but
I would assume it'll be in that range.
Yeah, and these are bigger than like Optimus Prime, right? Like they must be. Or no?
If they're to scale, those are the MDLX, so they should, if they fit scale, then they should come up to his shoulder.
Okay, so
because everything has been in scale so far.
Okay. Why are they so much more? Wasn't Optimus Prime
he was like 90 or 95?
Oh, okay. All right.
Something like that. But these have a lot more parts. There are a lot. Right. The part count is much higher on these guys. Yep. When you take the wings and because Prime, he came with a couple fists, battle axe, blaster. You got the wings on these guys. There's a lot more plastic in there. Yeah, there you go. Between the wings and the shoulder pauldrons, there's a lot more plastic in those, and when you figure plastic and the paint apps, I can see where that money goes.
And then this must be a tease for Thundercracker here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're going to get all those, and I would bet that eventually we'll get the cone heads as well, because that's from here to Thrust Urge and Ramjet is a very, very, it's not even a jump.
Apologies, I had left the giveaway thing. The giveaway is over. I had left it up there. I apologize if anybody was trying to enter that. But we're 18 people away from another giveaway. If we can get up to 150, or if we can get the channel up to 8,000 subscribers. Let's see if we've made any progress on that here. Let me go to... If anybody... We got 28 more subscribers to go. I don't think we're going to hit that tonight. Okay. So yeah, so there's that one. And this one, oh my gosh.
Oh, I love this so much.
Cool. Like, I have not once ever been even tempted to buy one of their 6-inch clothed figures, really. Like, they just don't do anything for me, but this is so cool.
I went as the creature in the Black Lagoon when I was in the 2nd or 3rd grade, so I will be getting that figure.
Well, here's the thing, like, I don't think they're selling them separate. Well, here you
go. Someone will break it. I'll buy it on eBay.
There you go. This is what you're just talking about. Just buy the single.
Because I don't need all 6 or all 5 of them.
Kind of same here.
I will have that creature from the Black Lagoon.
Maybe I'll buy the set and then I'll send you the send you the creature.
Oh, buddy, I'll buy it right off of you.
This is awesome. This is the only picture I have of it, but yeah, this is so cool. I wonder if they would ever get into like the licensed ones too.
I've got it pulled up on Big Bad right now, and the additional pictures that they have. Like, I remember from being a kid, I remember the year that I went as Creature, there was another kid that went as Frankenstein, because most of the kids my age didn't know who the Universal Monsters were. But I was the kid who was infatuated with the library, and I found Dracula and Bela Lugosi's Dracula, and Lon Chaney Jr. as a Phantom, and Boris Karloff, all these old actors from the old Universal Monsters. I knew who all of them were. And I remember there was a kid out that had that Frankenstein costume. I don't remember seeing the other ones anywhere. But when you sent me the list of stuff and I pulled this up, dude, I did such a nostalgic happy when I saw that Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. And like, even like, I never went as any of these, but like just the format of the costume has so much nostalgia. I mean, I must have been 3 or 4 years of my life wearing these, like Batman and like all these other ones.
Yep.
Right? Like, man, these bring back memories. Now, the one that people don't remember is called Kooky Spooks. I wish I had put a picture of it. Larry, do you remember Kooky Spooks?
Kooky
I'm gonna
Spooks.
Pull it up.
Pull that up.
Kooky Spooks. Does anybody remember Kooky Spooks? Because I'm gonna pull it up and see if I can find. Okay, here's a good one of it. Let's see. They were inflatable. You would like paint your face.
I see that. I don't remember those.
Let me do this here. And I never would have remembered what they were called. And there was a long time of my life where I thought I dreamed it. But
buddy, if you did, I want some of whatever you had to drink before you fell asleep.
They're
that's almost as creepy. Yeah, that's almost as creepy as that whatever that Croft Superstar show was with that monster on the island. That's some weird crap.
It was so weird. So you would inflate this head and you would wear the head as a hat on your head, and then you had the front of the costume. And it was like some other, to me, it was like there were the two kinds. There were the Ben Cooper and there were these. And it was like there was a long time where I would ask people, like, do you remember the inflatable head thing? Do you remember that? And
I've never seen that before today.
And nobody heard of it for forever. Everybody thought I was making it up. And then I started thinking that I was making it up or I dreamed it, until I finally, like, one day I was able to like put the right search terms in, and I was able to find what it was.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. A lot of kids in blackface on here. I hope none of them grew up to be politicians. Oh my gosh, that is just creepy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Dude, there's a commercial. There's a commercial for it on YouTube. Oh, I got to imagine that's going to be like all-time cringe. I'm pulling that up later. That's great.
Nice. So we've got BraveStarr from another non-licensed BraveStarr coming out here. This one is from what is it called?
Dason
Toys. Yeah, Dason Toys here. It looks good. You know what it looks like? It looks like a Mafex body.
It kind of does, and it's a more screen accurate version of BraveStarr than the Ramen Toys one. The Ramen Toys was definitely updated and stylized. This one is oh, you've got them right. Yep, oh, you've got him. Okay, thank you. Well, you put them right side by side. I don't have to. Yeah, I mean, right there you can see. But I like each of them for different reasons. I like the one because it does look more screen accurate, but I do like the one on the right just because there's a little more something to it.
Yep.
But they both look pretty cool.
Yeah, totally. I don't
I'm
know.
shocked.
This one's $100. It's loaded with stuff. Obviously,
it's got a ton of stuff.
It's got a ton of stuff.
I'm really surprised with
42.
Yeah. Oh wow. I'm really surprised with all of the properties of this type from this era, the Super7, that they've acquired the license, everything from, Silverhawks to Thundercats. They had He-Man for a long time. This kind of falls right into that same time period and that same after school block of cartoons, and I'm really surprised that Super7 hasn't done a BraveStarr.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely in that, like, I don't know, second tier
That kind of
80s
second tier
cartoons.
zeitgeist. Yeah, exactly.
um the kind of thing that like Secret Galaxy does a video on, like
Exactly. Yes.
um
Speaking of
and
which, they just did he did an update combination of his Robotech. He had done a Robotech series. So
oh,
if
he
you're
put them all together, right?
yeah, he put them all together and he just
Yeah.
released that. So that was really fun. I watched that this week.
We'll have to see if we can get him on the Toy Tubers next month. Okay, the Vanguard is the oh, I forget the name of the it's based on a real vehicle and I forget the name of it, but
I was trying to look it up earlier and I can't remember. I think it was in on the Jack Ryan series.
oh, was it?
It was in something that's been recent. I think it was. I don't think it was Jack Reacher. It was one of those series that they've done on like Prime or Netflix or something. I think it was the Jack Ryan series.
Yeah. So I mean, 185 is with a figure is a fantastic Resvani. There it is, Resvani.
Oh, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, Asher,
Yes.
Basher.
Resvani Cloud.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to pre-order that so bad. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. Like it's 185. I mean, let me see if I got a size comparison here somewhere. I mean, it's huge.
Well, I, mean, I was going to say it's bigger than the Hiss. I saw that same picture.
It's huge.
That's
And it comes with a
humongous.
figure, right? Like this thing is an absolute value right here. The figure looks great. Bunch of swap out parts. If you order the pre-order, it comes with these. I think if you wait for it to be in stock, it doesn't come with these, something like that. And this is showing the beige, but each one is the same. It's the same stuff, just different colors.
For some reason, I had thought that he actually had licensing from Resvani.
I think he does. I think he has it posted. Like I think it's in the description of the product page or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I may pick that up after. I'm not going to pre-order, but I may pick it up after it drops. I really like that gray one.
Yeah. I actually
cool.
prefer the desert style one. I think that
Yeah.
color is sharp. I just really like beige and black. I think it's a
Yeah.
nice combo.
It definitely looks good.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the actual gray Resvani, a picture of that right here, and yeah, they did a great job on that.
The model is called the Tank. Yes, it is officially licensed. And yes, the rocket is a separate purchase for non. Oh, okay. So they will have it available, but it's not going to be included in that 185 price. Okay.
And then Cloud, yeah, it's officially licensed from Resvani. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yep. And that's a quick turnaround too. It's supposed to drop in the summer. It's supposed to drop like in June or July or something like that. So it's not like, this is already in production basically is what's going on. And then we're moving into a show that not many people like, Rebel Moon, which I wasn't. I mean, I watched it.
What'd you think about it? I still haven't watched it yet.
It was okay. Like I kind of agree with what a lot of what people say about it. Like it's a lot of this extra slow motion. It's a lot of cliched stuff. It wasn't very memorable.
Well, there's just so much media out there. I don't want to waste people whose opinions I tend to agree with have kind of said what you just said.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't watched it.
But I'm absolutely getting this action figure. This thing looks amazing.
The figures look good. The figures do look good.
I mean, I feel like this is, and we won't know till it's released. Oh, we're at 152, by the way. So we're going to do that other giveaway. So just hang tight, everybody. We are at 152. So this looks like some of the better cloth goods that they've ever done on these figures. There's a lot of extra stitching on this thing. And just a really cool.
That one's called what? Nemesis? Is that right?
This one's name is Jimmy, or I don't know, like Jimmy. Yeah, I forget.
I looked at these names and I thought that has to be reversed. They have to have gotten the names wrong. Wow. Jimmy looks like Jimmy's pissed off. Somebody upset Jimmy.
Yeah, and like it's like I
Yeah.
barely even remember like what this guy like. Jeez, I watched the whole movie and I barely remember it.
There's
Nemesis
just
is the
enough
woman.
masochist in me that I might have to watch it.
It's funny because I might actually watch it again because I've now watched it and I feel obligated to watch the sequel. And since I can barely remember what I
You're
watched,
gonna
I'll
have to
probably
watch
watch
it
it again.
again. Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
like visually, it was kind of fun visually. But it was like there was a farm, and then there were people on the farm, and there was a big empire in the sky,
It was like Seven
and
Samurai, right?
and
We're gonna come get
kind
your
yeah,
shit.
kind of, and it
Yeah.
kind of had like a Star Wars thing too, where they had to find a guy who owns a freighter to get off the planet, and I don't know. Anyway, but this joy looks amazing, and then just the cloth goods on this
Yeah.
look fantastic. Like I could put
That's
that on a
that's really
Mythic Legions
nice.
elf, you know. But yeah, so there's those. Those are up for pre-order. If you order them from
Boy,
the
that
toy
looks
store,
really good.
the they're 75. That's pretty typical stuff. And if you order
Mhm.
from like Ami or something like that, 55 ish.
Yeah, but you make up the difference in shipping. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, well,
if you get the fast
yeah,
shipping like I do, because I can't wait.
that's true. Yeah.
If you do EMS, you're gonna pay the
You're gonna
same
wait
thing, just
4
about.
weeks, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The figures look good. These look good, and I'm getting this one. I'm getting this guy right here. I might get this too, but it's really just about the cloth goods for me with this one. Um,
Well, I'll tell you the last couple of Star Wars releases from Figuarts, the cloth goods on the even though the show was a dumpster fire, the Obi-Wan and Vader from the Obi-Wan series, both of those figures were incredible. And that Vader cape is like that sucker has a life of its own. I mean, it
nice.
really is nice. And Obi-Wan's cloak is beautiful. So they're definitely stepping up their soft goods game.
Hmm. The 3 hour R-rated version comes out in April. So is
Yeah.
that must coincide with the sequel, right? Because the sequel's coming out in like
I'm not
April, I
sure. Is
think.
that
So
when it's coming?
yeah. So the Snyder cut is actually happening, I guess, huh?
There's always a Snyder cut.
Okay. So let's see. Let's do this other giveaway, and then we're gonna get into the kind of like the big topic of the night, which is what are we excited about for Poxxus, which is going to be shipping in like a matter of weeks at this point. It's probably
Yeah.
going to be in our hands in February. So, I'm gonna redo the. Whoops! Don't do that. Go back this way. Um, I'm gonna redo this. Start collecting, and then I'm gonna redo this banner. One second, everybody. Larry, which of these figures here appeal to you from the Poxxus Wave?
Now I'm going to tell everyone, since Chris is not here anymore, I told Bill I have to up my Mythic Legions game. So I actually did some research on these. Definitely my favorite one on here is Arakagor. I love everything about that figure. The detail, that head sculpt, man. You could put that head sculpt on the dwarf body, and I'd still think it was the coolest thing. That got me. And then and you have to tell me if I'm pronouncing this one correctly. As a Hazar, is that
Yep.
right?
Yeah. So that
Yeah,
would be
Hazar, whichever
on
one.
the right
I
here.
love the colors on that. If Norman Osborn went to this universe, this is what it'd look like. You look at the green and purple, and there you go. But the
Mm-hmm.
sculpting on that is beautiful. The little details, like that green flame coming off of the hands, I love that. And it looks to me, and again, I'm not the Legions aficionado that you are or that Chris was. When I was going through these, again, much more soft goods,
Oh yeah.
especially like you look at Tharnog, get that fur. I was so impressed with how that looked. And the thing that really impresses me, and it's what got me into Mezco 112, was so often when you come down from that 1/6 scale, soft goods just they don't scale properly. You
Right.
really have to be good at what you're doing. and they've got the material here looks so good. The stitching is so small. But as far as what impresses me the most is the way that the fur on that Tharnog looks. That's ridiculous. Like whoever
Yeah.
did that, kudos to them because that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might just be their regular fur. I'm not. I gotta find out if C. Jessam worked on the fur on this one. C. Jessam definitely worked on the wizard robes and all the hoods and cloaks and robes and stuff. But I'm not sure what the nature of the fur is on this one. If anybody in the chat remembers them saying anything about that, let me know.
Yeah, it's. I got to imagine at that scale, that's not easy to do, but it looks great.
We've got Drew Originals with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Just started Mythics. Now I'm hooked. The designs are incredible, versatile, and inspiring. DorkLair content has been very helpful. Give me Azahazar. There you go, Larry. Somebody who agrees with you on
Yeah, that's a tight figure.
So Azahazar is, if you remember the blue demon and the yellow demon, Azahazar is the two combined. Like the character was originally split into the two brothers or whatever, and then they recombined. So
just like a Ziploc sandwich bag, yellow and blue make green, right, kids.
Yes. And yeah, like so that's got a really cool storyline to it. So
just and the familiarity of the sculpt is definitely there, but those colors, man, those colors look so good on that sculpt.
Yeah, and it's and this shot that we have on the screen here is a little bit in the back, so definitely going to pop a little bit more. But shout out to Trevor and these great photos here. But
Trevor could make reaction figures look good.
Okay, let's do the giveaway. So if people remember at Legions Con, the Valiant Knight was a big deal. It was like this figure that just dropped out of nowhere pretty much, and it was like star of the day. So for that reason, I am going to have the banner be Legions Con, or not the banner, the hashtag for the next giveaway is going to be Legions Con. So like I said, we do have a Valiant Knight right here for the giveaway. So a little earlier than, for somebody, a little earlier than the in-stock sale that we know is coming in February, just to get that in hand. It's such a phenomenal figure. And we'll go through a few of these, and then we'll come back to the giveaway. Just don't let me forget here. Okay. So good luck, everybody, with that giveaway. And a reminder, in the description below are the instructions or the rules for the giveaways. Okay, so I posed the question in the Cabal. I asked, what are you excited about from Poxxus? What are you excited about from the Wave? I tried to encourage people to focus on not just which favorite figure, which was fine if people wanted to share what their favorite figure was, but also like what aspect of the Wave. Because every time there's a big, tent pole wave, this is the G-Con wave, right? Every time there's a big wave like that, there's always something new that that it brings to the table and introduces, or some new story element, some new accessory type or whatever. So I asked people, what do they want? What are they excited about from Poxxus? A couple things that I'm excited about. One is the hooded robes, the cloth hoods, because typically what we would get would be like Dubon, where you had the plastic hood and then you had the cloth cape. So for me, I'm excited for somebody like both of these guys really, but like Zendi specifically, what like that style, that hood with the cloth hood attached to the cloth cape, that it's got me very hyped up for this wave. And then the other thing is, for those who might not be as familiar with Legions, Tharnog, the orc here on this page, and Kalazir, the djinn on this page, those are brute scale figures. And now the only other brute scale figures we've had are the upper body from the Centaur Farius, which is half a brute scale figure, and the Cosmic Legions figure, Canox Vogue. And so we're getting brute scale, really, like this is like the officially like the first kind of brute scale wave of figures that we're getting. And Curtis says, I'm ready to army build and customize brute scale figures. Bring on the big boys. The $5 super chat. Thank you very much. And thank you again, Curtis. Curtis sent me a box today of Magic cards,
Oh,
and I am
nice.
super pumped. It's like his old collection or something, and it's like just like a bunch of boxes of Magic for me to sort through and add to my collection and stuff. So thank you again, Curtis, very much. Okay, so let's get into these. We'll go through, let's do like maybe 5 or 10, and then we'll do the drawing. Okay, so what are you excited about from Poxxus? So we got Tony Carpenter, the box at my front door. And yes, we did get quite a few salty people who are understandably, like they're upset that it took so long because it was over 2 years. This was a 2021 pre-order and it's dropping in 2024. End of 2021, beginning of 2024. So just over 2 years, but still, it's a long time to wait for a wave. And we got a few people who, made some other comments about like just gripes they have instead of just like, sticking to the question. But anyway, I put them all in. I put every single comment in, although I might have missed a few in the last couple hours of the day. So there might be a couple people who's, if you posted today after like 3:00 or something, I probably didn't get it. All right, Joe Fogg, Arakagor is the figure that brought me to Mythos. Can't wait to finally get it in hand. It will be a top 3 out of the box in my collection.
Definitely.
In my action figure collection, no doubt. Yeah, a lot of people down with Arakagor. I'm a little less excited for Arakagor because I did get the Whiplash tribute, so Scourge. So I do sort of have a version of him, but it is awesome. Robed mages instead of the full plate armored spellcasters we had before from Al Liu. Love getting the zombie parts. Want to see the Dragaseers in different colors, and the Djinn as an Afridi. Nice. An Afridi, I think, is like fire-based Djinn, right? Andy. Some people wrote paragraphs. Andy. I believe it's a comprehensive wave in terms of fantasy concepts and figure designs. We get witchcraft, wizards, shaman, djinn, dragonborn. Then in terms of design, we get brute scale, an ogre scale demon, magic accessories, and many cool soft goods. And if that's not enough, we get one of the 4 insert clip of James Hetfield screaming pestilence here. Just get one of the 4. Yeah, one of the 4 horsemen. Just writing this got me really hyped up. Cool wave. Look forward to the episode and the release of this wave. Awesome. And I did see Andy in here, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm pronouncing it Andy. Ende. I thought I saw Ende in here earlier. Okay, Mark Gary 8. I slept on this wave and only got like 3 figures from it and completely regret it now. You'll still be able to get them. They will be plenty. This was a 2021 wave. Remember, everybody was over ordering everything. There's going to be massive supplies of this. There will be no problem getting these figures. It might be a little bit more because you might have to pay retail, but
that's not bad.
Maybe
not for what you're getting.
Yeah. Jerome Gauthier, Amaltheo Oberon. Magic effects. No need to buy McFarlane Marvel Legends for their effects anymore. That's a bonus, like buying whole figures just for their effects. David Kidd, I wonder if there are any secrets they haven't told us. Interesting. Could be. There's always something, like, remember when Alithia came out and we found out that the chest plates on the figures were removable, and then customizers could 3D print their own chests and stuff, and that was kind of a neat thing to discover at that point. So you never know. Might be something like that. GV, waiting for having it arrive. Another little snark comment there.
Hey, if we wanted people to complain about long wait times, we'd do a Mezco segment.
In Mezco, you don't even have to wait for you just have to like have your item charged, and then you're waiting like a month for it to ship.
I'm like 6
waiting on something.
Yeah, oh, Dr. Doom. Yeah, they charged me for that at the beginning of November. No, middle of November, because it was like a week before Thanksgiving. Still processing.
That's wild.
Yeah. I think I'm just about ready to sacrifice the $10 or whatever it was I put down on Duke and just order it somewhere else.
I do think I saw somebody say finally today, like the first of the shipments are starting to go out. That's wild.
The first of which shipments?
Dr. Doom.
No, there's a lot of people that already have. Don't you already have him?
No, I mean direct from Mezco.
Oh,
The
yeah.
people who have
So,
it generally got them from retailers.
see, that's the thing that I don't understand. Why direct orders would not get priority. I can't make heads or tails of that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, please continue.
Justin Anderson, Arakagor. So we got another. Somebody should keep track in the comments of how many Arakagors we got here. Year of the Dragon as well. That's right.
Ricky Steamboat is smiling somewhere.
Nimai, Purple Wizard Gang. Martin Hodges. And I'm kind of with Nimai. Like, I'm down with the Wizards. My number one figure of the wave is the Jin. Like, that is, I'm so excited for.
What's the scale of that one?
That one's the brute scale. So that's like in between. So it's probably like 8 inches about. It's in between regular figure and, you know, Arakagor.
And the Azahazar is like 9 inches, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Azahazar and Arakagor are ogre scale.
Okay.
And then most of the figures are like the 6-7 inch figures, and then you have the 2 brute scales, the orc and the Jin.
Gotcha.
So the Jin is like my number one figure, but like in terms of stuff, like I'm so excited for the wizard robes. So yeah, wizards. Martin Hodges for me. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh yeah, it's there. You can see it. By the way, these are all from the Mythic Legions Cabal Facebook group. If you're not in that group, make sure, and you're on Facebook, definitely want to join. Joe Vasapolo, what's up, man? They did so Jeremy and Joe did a big pop and swap session last night for the Rising Suns wave. You can go onto Mythic Customs YouTube channel and watch that. And, you know, only watch it if you're prepared to like add more to your pre-order, because it will absolutely make you want to buy more. Okay, Martin Hodges. For me, it's definitely the Magic Spellcaster specific parts, accessories, soft goods, and so on. Figure-wise, the Blue Dragon is the figure I'm most excited about. Robert Radcliffe. Robes, big beards, and tons of new types of accessories. Spell effects are brand new for Legion, so that's exciting. Yeah. Yep. And like potions, right? Like there's a set that comes with potions. Jordan, so Jordan, Nimai, and a few other guys, they are part of the Purple Gang, and like, and you know, I get there we are. There's Jordan. That's right. Jordan is a wholesome warlock. Okay, what do we got? Let's keep going here. Let's do this one, and then we'll do the drawing. Max Hammond, all of the good guys. Nice. All right, so let me pull this back up. If I can, let me share this instead. We got 95, 96 entries. Let's give it one more minute in case people just showed up. We're giving away a Valiant Knight, and the hashtag is LegionsCon. Rules in the description below. I do only ship to the US. But maybe you could find a friend to forward it to you. And we'll give it one more second here. That purple wizard reminds me of D&D wizard from the 80s. Yep. I've heard a lot of people say that. Let's see. And then Jeremy shouting out the Pop and Swap show last night, as well as Blake. Freaky Tiki bought 3 bears. And actually, I should probably mention this. I did do a video breakdown. So if you are last minute and you want some insights on the wave, I did a video breakdown by type of figure, you know, like the 6 regular priced ones and the, you know. So if you want to watch that, check it out. And one of the points I made in that video was, if the bears are kind of like Slog was $80 on pre-order, the bears $85. If it plays out the same way, the retail price for the bear might be a bit higher than the usual like percentage price increase, because Slog was $120 at retail. It was a pretty big jump. So that might be one to think about. Like, just add that factor to your equation if you're thinking about ordering direct, because it's definitely going to be a better price for the bear ordering direct. And We're going to spin this thing. Evil will always win over good because good is dumb.
Oh, what was that from?
I'm not even sure.
That's from a movie. I can't remember what movie that's from. I love that. That's great.
Let's see. What did Eric ask? Did you guys? Oh yeah, they did one for Poxxus. Yeah, way back. And they've been doing them for almost every wave. The pop and swap shows. Needs to be more love for Thrace. And we'll get back to these in 1 second. Okay, let me draw this as I get distracted by all the comments.
Yeah, this was Spaceballs, by the way. Dark Helmet said it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I had to look it up. It was going to drive me nuts.
Yeah. Okay. And let me pull this down. Hide current comment. And so I don't forget this time, I'm going to pull down the banner as well. 110. Is that a record? Here we go. 3.
It's not as close.
2, 1. Good luck, everyone. If you win, just send an email to podcast@dorklair.com and just, let me know who you are and let me know that's your account. And then I'll get that out to you. If you send it tonight, like if you send it right now, I'll probably check it right after the show, get you shipping, and I'll probably drop it off tomorrow morning. So congrats, Rafael Perez. Nice. Congratulations. That is a familiar name for sure. Again, Rafael, just shoot me an email, or if we're friends on social, just let me know, and I will send that out. Okay, back up to these. We're gonna cruise through these. I got a lot of these. I think we got like 30 or 40 more. Hank says, "Dragon Men, give me Dragon Men." Everett Miller, magic and dragonborn characters. I like the magic effects and accessories. Alexander, figure-wise, Poxxus and Azahazar. For more specific to your question, though, is the expansion of a relatively small faction on both sides. I particularly enjoy the vibes that the Circle of Poxxus gives, with all these different mystical aspects of various cultures coming together, classical evil, wizard, djinn, etc. Yeah, a few people did bring this up, this idea of like the expansion of lore, and we're going into a couple factions that haven't had a lot of love and growth in the storyline yet. So definitely pretty cool there. Nathan Finley, the pop and swapping, new brute scale parts, the soft goods, Poxxus himself will all be good for some great pop and swaps. Yeah, Poxxus is another one. Like that figure is gonna be amazing.
That face sculpt is just freaky. Like that's nightmare fuel.
Yeah. And that's it. That's Eric Treadaway right there, just doing his thing. Eric Keys, the larger brute scale orc can replace some of the larger non-Mythic Legion orcs with Tharnog. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Adami, Tharnog is a particularly exciting figure to me for a number of reasons. The brute sizing, the growth of the convocation, it's so tiny, and the new roles that he brings to orcish kind. Being not only a shaman, but also a heroic character. Urxa's rebellion has always been an interesting plot point to me, so it's cool to see it mentioned in his bio. I was kind of convinced when I was trying to do like predictions for the Rising Suns, I was kind of convinced that like Urxa's rebellion thing might come up, and you might see like an Urxa 2 in like the Suns in the I can't think of the faction name, but the Barbarians. All right, Alejandro Soria, excited for brute scale and magic effects. Andre Lee, I want the Poxxus bow. That thing rocks. And the Vamp Lady, that head sculpt is amazing. Michael Carter, adding another Horseman of the Apocalypse and its steed to my collection is pretty exciting. Yeah, we'll be one away now. We'll have 3, and we'll just be one more away. Eric Miller, translucent magic effects. Eric was in the chat. Oh, Raphael won on Monday. Nice. On the lounge? Kieran Emmond, Soft goods, robed, cloaked wizards. I think they could be really great additions to the shelf. Adds a mystery. Adds massive diversity as well. Yeah, it does. Paul Matson, I thought the Poxxus Wave was a mass hallucination that we all experienced back in 2020 and actually wasn't real. Yes, yes, good. More snark. Noah Pratt, based on this picture, the convocation is in trouble. And those were I had posted the same 2 pictures that I had shared here.
The group shots.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Poxxus himself, and after all these years getting robed wizards in Mythos. Kent Matzinger, the magic. Kent Pool Collects, great channel. Michael Fleck, the pre-order went up before I was into Legions, so I can't say much about the overall impact on the line, but I did pre-order an Arakagor from BBTS, and I'll be looking forward to him just because I love how he looks. I feel like at the time, Arakagor was an entry point for a lot of people, where like that was kind of where people like who didn't collect at all, they're like, that figure, I'm getting that figure. And then they kind of started dipping in and buying some things that were in stock, and then they kind of like, it pulled them into the line. Joe Russo, I'm excited for the SG capes, especially the royal blue ones. I know a few knights that are going to look extra valiant with those. Michael Hanley, it will just be nice to get a full wave of Mythic Legions in. I don't do Cosmic, so last wave I got was All Stars 5. Yeah, last year was like not a Legions year. There were some Legions releases, but like there was no big tentpole wave that released. This one was supposed to release last year and got pushed back. Is Kent Pool here? Everybody's saying Kent Pool again. Maybe not. Okay. Christopher Owen, for me, it's brute scale. I think that in between size is going to be awesome, and I already have so much fodder parts that fit that size. Nice. Yeah, brute scale. Me too. Stephen Bishotti, I'm really excited about adding the wizard visuals to the line. Stephen from My Wife Is Going to Kill Me, and the Legions cast. Is that what it's the Legions cast? Yeah. Joe Stenos, 2 words, toxic horse. Yeah, not many people mentioning the horse. I mean, somebody mentioned the horse and rider, but like, yeah, the horse itself is pretty crazy. John Doyle, magic. He agrees with Kent. How many Valiant Knights did you pick up? I picked up 3 Valiant Knights at the con. So I gave away 2. I picked up, so I got 1, and then that was like right when it happened. I ran over and Cameron was like, I just wanted to take a picture. I like somebody buying it in line. The next guy in line, I wanted to take a picture of it just to share on social media. And then Cameron was like, "Did you get your review copy yet?" And I was like, "Didn't know I was getting a review copy, but yeah, I'll take it." So he gave me one. And then I went back in line at the end of the day for the vendors, and I got 2 more, and I gave both of those 2 away. And Raphael, if you see this, get in touch with Trevor about the giveaway. So yeah, it was Raphael who won on the lounge on Monday. Paul Littler, I've actually PO'd none of this wave. I thought I may pick up the blue dragon dude at some point though. Romeo, as a Hazar, he's almost certainly going to be my favorite figure in the entire line. Wow. Also Poxxus in Flogius to join the other horsemen. Hedgehog action, wizards. Hedgehog's also kind of like a member of the Purple Gang as well. Josh Wojciechowski, potion bottles and belts. Hernando, Arakagor and Kalazir both are new races and sculpts. They are beautifully designed and sculpted. They have amazing swords and both are blue, and definitely they look powerful. 2 of the greatest additions to this line. That's a great little essay on how those 2 are similar. I never really like considered how close they are, but yeah, they have a lot of stuff in common. Yaha. Lore-wise, I'm glad to see more Basilia representation after such a long time, like the tidbits we got in Zende and Samir's biographies. By the way, Zende is a teacher, which I can appreciate, which is why Zende is one of my favorites of the wave too. The introduction of the Dragon Seer race, and the teases of other dragon sub races. Finally, those soft goods are going to add so much fun for kit bashing. I want to see how those blue cloaks will look on Balam. That'll be a cool look for sure. Kirby Hedgehog is Purple Gang adjacent. If you're in the Cabal, you know there's like a little like joke about adjacent because everybody posts stuff. It's like Mythic adjacent. Is it Mythic adjacent? And it's become almost like a meme. Kirby Smith, Ende articulated my thinking very well. Feels like a departure from martial military elements and opening up more of the high fantasy aspect, plus those expressive 2.0 hands are going on goblins. Yes, I am pumped for that for sure. Joe Borhoun, I love me some female figures and have mythics. Yeah, sorry, and mythics have massively improved on their face sculpts, not scopes. Brian Peacock, I'm listing to the City of Brass. Oh, I'm listening to the City of Brass series right now. I've not. Do I know what that is? City of Brass. I don't know if I've heard of that. And just finished the Throne of the Crescent Moon. So I've been on an Arabian kick lately. So that gin has me super excited. And now I'm kicking myself for not pre-ordering Samir Zende. Mike Sabonis. I'm just excited for it to show up. Blaze Bear. Magic users also get psyched to get closer to having all 4 horsemen. Tony Carpenter, again, who was I think the first one. I'm digging the effects. So he had the snark early on, but came back with something legit. Andy Spinks, intro of Wizards. Carl Yun, good quality plastic. And this is another snark because there's been some breakage. There's been some very public complaints about fragile plastic, especially in Cosmic Wave 2. And I had a little bit of that myself. So, yeah, I'm curious of how actually widespread that is. I tried to ask on the Wednesday show yesterday afternoon, but they didn't see my comment. I got to try to like get in touch and see if they are like, you know, if that's a thing that they're like aware of and then addressed in future waves or whatever, or if it was just a one-off thing, or maybe it's not as widespread as we think. Angel Ayala might be a part of the Purple Gang, but he's down, or I think it's Angel. Sorry, down with the Purple Wizard, and Angel's here, I believe. Yeah, I think that's the same Angel. And Sam Whitewater, Wizards, definitely Wizards. I'm not big on Knights in general, so that leaves a huge chunk of Legions out for me. But Wizards, I dig a whole Kamar Taj worth of Wizards. Arakagor, S tier figure. He was announced first, so I've loved him longer. The Whiplash tribute is just not the same level. Tharnog will also be fantastic. Yeah, the paint on Arakagor is, I've seen it in person. It is next level kind of shimmer and shine. Christopher Fox, Wizards, the biggest things I've been missing in my fantasy toy collection are Wizards and Dragons. Casey Davis, Arakagor, and Azahazar are my top 2. Looking forward to Tharnog as well, so I can have a brute scale orc. Billy Beige, brute scale orcs. Ryan Willard, Dragon Seer, and the larger possibilities it brings. Christopher, the Dragonborn race is my absolute favorite thing coming out of Poxxus. I'm looking forward to the variations they make and how they handle the species lore-wise. Brent, the crystal ball. I saw a test shot of it and didn't realize how much I needed one in Mythos. Yeah, there's a lot of just like little accessories, vials of, like potions, and there's a lot of cool little things. It reminds me of Boss Fight, actually. Like, Boss Fight did a good job of doing that with their Wizards, of having all the little accessories. Pete Gandolfo, Wizards, finally, the Mythic Legions way. And that was the last one. This XX is my, that was my one that I was recopying over and then pasting everything in all day today. Okay, let's check the chat and then we'll sign off. Hello, my name is I Need That Zombie Horse Stat. That is a weird name. Sorry, I use that joke every week. Sorry. Arakagor is the first dragon for the year of the dragon. First but not last? I've been really careful with my new cosmics. Haven't broken any yet. Yeah, I broke the knee on a Mbira. Mbira's knee broke. I had two, so it wasn't a huge
Are there
deal.
breakage issues with that line?
Yeah, with the second cosmic wave, there's been
Did they just use a more brittle plastic, or what
it kind of
happened?
seems that way, or maybe it came off production weird and under weird conditions or something, because it's like it seems like a lot of people are breaking Canox's knees, lots of different parts. I mean, I think
Is this one of those things where hot water before articulating them would help
yeah,
avoid that? Okay.
yeah. And I know some people have heated and still had some breakage. So
Well, the reason I'm asking is because I'm going to get that Manny Faces tribute when they go back up.
that one and the other figures on that body, I have had no issues with, and I haven't really seen too many people with issues with that. Like the figure I just gave away, the Sligor figure, same body. It's like the tusk armored body. And Larry, that Manny Faces is phenomenal.
It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful.
Like, to me, it might be the best. This whole like duo of him and Scourge, the Whiplash tribute, like it might have been the best wave of
the Whiplash is like the same body as Arakagor, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people breaking Mbira's neck bag. I broke her knee. And yeah, I've seen some other breakage. And then you have the just right out of the box, they knew the issue with the stuck joint on the gray alien Ias. The torso, that was a boil situation. Once you boil it and do that, it moves fine. At least mine does. But the hands on that are crazy. Like you pull the hand off and the disc comes right out, and it's fixable, but it's a pain in the butt. And a lot of people had that one happen. The horror horses seem to be getting better with each horseman. And Hank agrees that those two tributes are amazing. Kind of scared to mess with them too much. Yeah. I will say Sligor has been totally fine for me. Like that one's been great.
Well, Cloud makes a good point. They're always safe in the box.
That's true. Yeah, or just get them out, heat them up, get them in your position and pose them. But these are figures that we like to pop and swap and play with, and I want them to be extra durable because I want to be popping and swapping. So yeah, I hope that's something that if it was a widespread issue that they're addressing. If it was, I have no doubt that they've addressed it with the factory already. A Familiars Pets pack. That would be cool. Maybe All-Stars 7? Is that what we're on already? We're on All-Stars 7 if they do that this year?
Yeah, it's funny to me that with all the magic in there, you know what? That never occurred to me until this second. That is weird that they haven't done that. I mean, they do such a good job on the horses. Why not other, like Albert's saying there, the familiars? Yeah, Mutton Junkyard came today. We got 20 G.I. Joe guys with familiars. I don't know why they're not doing it. It'd be awesome.
I know. Dave Bennett says Novian. Yeah, Novian is also a solid figure. And Joe, who works at Four Horsemen, says they are addressing it. Awesome.
Cool.
Would love to see some environment pieces like that like the cosmic reveals have had in the last one, and like Figura Obscura has been having, right? Like they are doing Dio pieces now, like Dio set. What do you call them? Accessories or set pieces or whatever.
Cool.
My Mbira never smelled it. My Mbira smells exact. You know what it smells like? It smells exactly like my Biblical Adventures Clear Demons. It's got that same like. I know clear plastic can have a strong smell, but like mine doesn't smell bad. It just smells like that. I know some people have had like a real stinky Mbira. I don't know what is up with that, but Some people have really smelly Imbiras, which is freaking kind of hilarious, but it's kind of like the worst too, because like if it's an unbearable smell, you don't want it in your room. Why would you even want it? You know.
I don't know. A lot of people bought Stinkor.
Eric's as well is straight up putrid. Yep. There's people with like really bad smelling Imbiras.
It's not like one of those things where they like with Stinkor where they mix patchouli into the paint. Was there something with the production?
All it is it's a clear figure, so the plastic is different. It's like a translucent
Okay.
plastic with some spray on top of it. But a lot of people are having Imbiras that super stinky.
I guess that translucent plastic, they either stink or they eventually crack under their own weight. I'd probably take the stink.
Are we still talking about Mythic Legions? Okay. All right. I think that'll do it for tonight. 10:16.
It's my bedtime.
Yeah. Larry, I've been working out like a madman.
Good for you. What have you been doing?
I've been doing like so my wife subscribes to Beachbody, and it's got all these videos, and I've been doing one with a bodybuilder named Sean T.
Okay.
And it's it's like weights. It's like a 5-day kind of weight circuit.
Cool. Do you have a set up there at the house, or are you going somewhere?
Yeah, I have dumbbells. I got to get more though, because it's like it's pushing me to the point where
I was going to say if you're consistent with it, you're probably going to outrun whatever you have pretty quickly.
Yep. I'm already seeing my wife and I are doing the same program.
Cool, man.
And we're already talking about we gotta make a run and get some heavier weights too. But all right.
I'm being asked how much I pelvic thrust. Well, there is a hip thrust machine at the gym, and I can put about 500 pounds on there before my pelvis feels like it's going to explode. Dude, that's fantastic. I mean, as you guys get into it, if you obviously if you ever want any, have weird questions or you want to know how to tweak things or nutritional stuff, man, that's God, yes,
is what I need.
Absolutely. That's my favorite thing in the world to talk about.
I'm already eating a lot more. Like it's just I'm always hungry, and I'm just like hungry for protein like all the time now, because I'm a couple weeks into it, and it's like I think he was the insanity guy, because he mentioned insanity in one of the videos, which I never did insanity, but I think it's the same guy.
People ask me all the time, especially this time of the year with New Year's resolutions and people wanting to do this and that. They'll ask this in regards to training, whether it be resistance training or cardiovascular, or whether it's with diet or whatever the case. And what's the best this, what's the best that? And I'm going to give anyone that ever cares to ask this question the best answer to this question that there is. The insert thing here, weight program, cardio, diet that works the best is the one that you can stick with. If you hate it, if you have to talk yourself into doing it, it's never going to work. You have to find something that you can enjoy, that you can incorporate into your life, that you can make a part of your life. Once you're able to do that, then you're going to find success.
Yeah. And like I've always been somebody who works out, runs a few times a week, but like I'm trying to do that thing where it's like I'm trying to get it to a point where like I can do it more frequently and just like make it a more higher priority. Like
the thing I tell people in conjunction with finding things that you like, don't try to do everything at once. I'm going to start lifting. I'm going to do cardio. And I'm going to eat this and I'm going to eat that. And I'm going to cut this. You can't. It's too much. Pick one or two things that you you can incorporate into your life without disturbing everything else. Let those things become habits. And then, and to my point about finding something you like, you enjoy running. If you ever see me running, you better run because something's coming. I'm not running. So you got to find something you enjoy.
You know what I watched? This running reminded me of this, but I watched that movie with Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts on Netflix, where it's like the end of the world, and I want to, what is it called?
The one where the ship comes to shore.
Yeah.
Leave the World Behind.
Leave the World Behind. Yes.
I've heard good things. I've not watched it yet, but I've heard that it's a fun watch. I like anything that's apocalyptic, anything that's end of the world, whether it's an asteroid coming in or natural disaster. What I love that kind of stuff. So I'm sure I'll eventually watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It wasn't like mind blowingly awesome, but it was a solid Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Cloud Foxwell, DorkLair, come for the toys, stay for the fitness knowledge.
If you get me started, there's no stopping.
We'll make it a segment going forward.
Yeah, you can send us in questions. We'll do a question of the night every week or something. That's cool.
All right, that'll do it for us for tonight. Thanks everybody for joining us, and until next time, may the force be with you.
Follow me into the